Hello, Poke Fight Club. This is Banerain, and I'm here joined by Clifton Gasm, who's made a return.
Hello.
And special guest today is Cody Kirk. Actually, I probably this is his real name, but uh, Kirk RTG. What's your name again?
Yeah, just call me Kirk.
He's Kirk. He's Kirk. He's our buddy Kirk. So exciting day today. A whole bunch of news. Interesting things happened. There was the Nintendo Direct announcement, which I'm sure most of you are probably aware of by now, which is why we won't go too in depth with game coverage, since you've probably seen that on, I don't know, NBZ's channel or Pokegame's channel, a bunch of other people. So we're gonna keep this to our we're gonna limit it to our own opinions on what's going on, rather than giving an overview of everything that's been going on. Um, but in case you didn't know, if you live under a rock, in which case I don't really know how you're listening to this podcast, but
It's a rock with Wi-Fi.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so today announced was the first little bit of Generation 6 involving a completely overhauled 3D graphics engine. The game is exclusively on the 3DS. They use models instead of sprites. It's a huge step forward in terms of Game Freak stuff. Normally they're not really ones to innovate, so they've done that. I think there's also a global release going on. It's going to be released October 13th. No, not October 13th. October 2013, worldwide, excluding like Romania because they're a bunch of thieves. But um, so that's pretty much it. This is sort of like a Hitmonchat, I guess. Tom and I were actually thinking of. Actually, I'm going to lower my microphone. It's a bit loud. Tom and I were actually thinking of bringing back the Hitmonchat in a different form, and reviving the channel, because this channel is kind of dead. Let's be honest, right now. Uh, we all sort of got turned off by competitive Pokemon and we stopped. We're probably going to start again when some interesting changes to the meta come out, like for instance, Gen 6. But until then, it's more going to be like analytical stuff, maybe some team building, Hitmon challenges, stuff like that. But a lot less like narrated battles, because we feel it's kind of redundant, and we're going to try and keep it small.
If we any narrative battles that we do will be on our individual channels. We're going to use the Poke Fight Club for things like Hitmonchat, Hitmon Challenge, the kind of community-driven stuff that we do, and any tournaments that we'll run will all be done via that. But we won't be uploading battles onto there. If you want to see battles, it will be our individual YouTubes.
There you go. And Kirk lives in a train, so he can't record. Um, he lives near trains, for any of you.
Yeah, they like interrupting me every time I try to speak.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna pop up like this isn't edited. This is just audio right now. But when it is edited, as soon as we're talking about something, we're gonna put up the associated image, um, and I'm gonna send it to my buddies. In the coast behind the scenes. Woo. Um, but yeah. So Gen 6 came out. We have some interesting starters to start with. Here, let me get you guys those some links to some interesting stuff. Whoops.
So
Probably should have done this before the
we
call,
probably
but
should have. So
fuck the police.
we've already been theorizing, us three together, on the we were going on types of what we thought the Pokemon would be.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with Chespin, and a picture of him is gonna go up right now. He's basically, as you can see, a little rodent type Pokemon, maybe a mole or some sort of squirrel, chipmunk, something like that. And he's associated with the chestnut. That's where the name comes from. And he also has a little spiky nut-like thing on his head. I actually really like him. I don't know. Tom says he looks like Oshawott with like green shit on his head, but
Yeah,
and I guess it's kind of true.
he looks like Oshawott and a Patrat had a baby, and then they left it out in the rain too long, and some bit of fungus grew on its head.
Thanks, Tom. Good to have your
I
input.
kind of like it
Um,
myself. It's, in my opinion, the more original of the three.
yeah. And we're gonna get to the three. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Put all three on screen right now. Bam. Magic of editing. Um, So as you can see, we got Fennekin, who's based on a Fennec Fox. Uh, really genius. And we have Froakie. What a clever pun. It's like croak and frog and E. Wow, amazing. Um, Froakie. See, I think it's like you got Chespin, who's sort of like the middle ground between the two in terms of creativity and stuff. You have Fennekin, who's just look. I have nothing wrong with Fennec foxes. The entire internet seems to be obsessed with Fennec foxes for some reason. Like, oh, so cute. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know I hadn't heard of a fennec fox until you mentioned it today.
Yeah, likewise.
It's like a little tiny chibi fox.
I live
big
such
ears.
a sheltered life.
Does the large amount of hair come out of their ears like old men?
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of disgusting. Thanks for that, Kirk. No, but seriously, the thing I don't like about Fennekin is that there's no creativity. I mean, the only thing that's even mildly reminiscent of fire on Fennekin right now is like the grandpa hair coming out of its ears. And even then, like, I think it could be executed a lot better. Like, for instance, I'm gonna put up an image right now. If you guys click on one of the Tumblr links, I think it's the second one I posted. You'll see like some fan art that was drawn today. And look, that looks pretty badass. Like, he's got like fire coming out of his ears and out of his tail and shit, and it's like, rah, look at me, I'm scary.
I imagine that's what he's gonna look like.
Yeah.
Anime-wise.
Except Ash will release him as soon as he evolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I reckon there's the potential there for it to look really badass, but I think it's meant to be more of a feminine Pokemon.
And that's fine, but I mean, like, there's nothing to do with fire. They could easily make the hair in its ears, like, look sort of fiery, like, have some sort of fiery look, because right now it's just red fur.
Red resembles fire.
Yeah, but I mean, all fire Pokemon have had fire, not just resembling fire. Except Emboar.
No, Emboar did.
Emboar had, like, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, around its neck, you're right.
Though Tepeg and Pignite didn't.
Yeah, well.
So maybe the final evolution.
They had, like, smoke coming out of their mouth and shit, though.
Maybe the final evolution of it does. I have to say, the final I'm actually looking forward to the final evolution of that, because there's a potential for it to look so badass.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be fucking Naruto fanboys all around the world, just like cumming their pants. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, in Tepig and the other one, what's his name? Tepig, Emboar. What's the middle one?
Pignite.
Pignite. Yeah, that's it. Tepig's got like some little like wrestling underwear thing going on, and then Pignite's got like a luchador outfit, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some sort of theme there, but in this case, it's just a Fennec Fox. There's nothing there.
Okay, yeah, but
I don't know.
If we go to
we haven't seen the evolutions yet, and that was a pretty cool voice break.
We haven't seen the evolutions yet.
But if you're talking about originality and it not looking like something original, I'll go back to first gen, right? Squirtle, Ivysaur, Blastoise. Other than the big cannons coming out of Blastoise's shell, it's just a giant turtle.
If it starts growing more than one tail in its next evolutions, I'm going to be pissed.
But see,
because it reminds me of Vulpix and Ninetales so much.
And Naruto fanboys are gonna love it. It's gonna anger me to no end. But see, that's the thing though. Like, I look at this Fennec Fox. Well, see, I'm calling it a Fennec. I'm not even calling it Fennekin. It's just a Fennec Fox drawn in like anime. That's all it is, Squirtle had like the curly tail thing going on. Wartortle had like the weird feather ears. Like, granted, it's not fucking genius design. I think it kind of looks stupid, but and Blastoise just had like plain ears.
And then big cannons coming out the shell.
And big cannons coming out of his back.
But
Obviously.
then, Charmander is literally just a salamander with fire on its tail.
It's an upright salamander with fire on its tail. Fire on its tail. Look, I'm not saying that every single starter that's come out so far, except this one, has been an utter stroke of genius. It's not that at all. I'm just saying that this one, in terms of unoriginality and just like, it's a Fennec Fox. It takes the cake, in my opinion. So yeah, to get back to my initial point, I feel that Chespin is like a balance between creativity, but still keeping it sort of modest because it's the first form. Fennekin, there's nothing going on, and then Froakie, the picture's up right now, of course, is just like it's what it's a frog. It has like these like jazz gloves, white gloves or
Jazz
something.
hands.
Jazz hands,
Michael Jackson.
you know? Yeah, he's fucking Michael Jackson. I'm not sure if the thing on his nose is like his nostrils or nose or like glasses. I don't even know.
From
And then to top that off,
picture, the Tumblr picture you put up with all three of them, it looks more like it's meant to be his nose.
yeah, but
I wanted to be a mustache.
see, that's the thing. That's a Tumblr picture. That's fan art. It's no way canon, so you can't really use it as a point of reference.
Ah, true.
Actually, I'll put up the Tumblr picture now. Click. There you go. Fucking editing. Yeah, the more I do this, the more I'm gonna have to bust my ass editing this video later. So, woo. Unless you want to do it, Tom.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, see, you saw the side picture of Froakie, you know, and that one picture with all three of the starters. So, like,
You know, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that fan art that you mentioned, and that the chest pin looks like it's just Pikachu. Like that's a motion Pikachu does, and the guy like used it as a reference and just turned it into chest pin.
Yeah.
Like the ears, the face, the
That's
like.
that's the Pika P face.
Yeah, the
Celebratory, like when he puts his two fingers up.
super kawaii.
Yeah, exactly. Super kawaii
But,
Pikachu.
So yeah, and then to top that off, Froakie has like this weird like cloud-like scarf thing going on.
yeah, it's sort of cloudish. It's white. I keep on thinking that, like, I'm kind of hoping that it would have like a flying as a secondary type or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Swabbly. The cloud shit around it. Swabbly Arteria.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people say that it's like a flying frog makes no sense, and you know, you're right, it doesn't. But a turtle with cannons on its back doesn't make sense either. But the point is, it has sort of like a cloud-like thing on it right now, and when you think about it, a bounce is a flying attack. You know, I think that if it does turn out to be water flying, it would be more of a like bouncing super high and then like flying by bouncing. I don't know.
Gliding.
Like an emphasis on jumping and maybe gliding. Yeah. Because I mean, Gliscor isn't supposed to fly, but it's still flying type. It's supposed to glide. So yeah, that's just the impression I got on that.
Oh yeah. There hasn't been a starter that could learn fly since Charizard, has there?
You know, it'd be really cool if this one could learn. You know, it'd be really fucking cool. I just thought of this. Okay, if his like you know when frogs breathe, they get like their throat like inflates.
Yeah.
Well, if the last form like inflates his throat like a balloon and then flies around.
Oh god.
That just looks kind of weird.
So cool.
Yeah.
I'd love that. It would be hilarious. I don't know. I'm just trying to make more sense of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of secondary typing, what do you guys think? If there is going to be.
Well, I've made my call on this already. We all agreed that Fennekin looked like it was part psychic, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw
and
the trailer and we saw it use a psychic attack, so that's what I'm sticking to at least.
Psychic or ghost? It's kind of like up for discussion. It was kind of quick. It looked more psychic than ghost, but if it turned out to be ghost type, I wouldn't really be surprised.
Yeah, it didn't
Well,
seem like something that would become ghost. Psychic is more reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Psychic Fennekin, and I think that they're gonna do a secondary trio. So you have the normal Fire, Water, Grass core, and I think they're gonna add a secondary type triangle to it. So Psychic, Dark, and Fighting.
Yeah, that's not. There's one immunity though there. That's the only problem with that. I think the only true weakness resistance triangle is like rock, steel, and fighting. But we're not gonna be seeing that. So anyway, you guys still here?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Like nobody
The call
discussed
dropped.
chestpin, right?
Yeah. So what I think about Chespin is that he's gonna his chestnut is gonna become more of an emphasis. He might become like some sort of like hedgehoggy chestnut guy or something. Like, well, because chestnuts is spiky, right? So he's gonna be like spiky and it's gonna be a chestnut. I don't know.
Yeah.
And potentially a steel secondary typing, just because chestnuts are they're nuts, right? They're hard,
Well, rock.
and
Rock could be
or
a
rock, yeah,
possibility.
rock's a possibility too. Especially since he seems to be sort of like a mold or something, or just he looks like a groundhog kind of.
If he's part rock type, it's going to be monster in a sand team.
Oh my god, yes. Part steel type, dude. He's gonna be a killer on on a rain team. So
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. We kind of see it like having a dark pattern. Think it had a possibility of it being grass dark.
yeah, grass dark, because it looks like the eyes are a bit funky.
I mean, yeah, it looks happy as fuck, but
Well, every starter looks happy as fuck, except Fennekin, probably because he's such a fucking terrible design. He's pissed off too.
like the majority of like the dark Pokemon is like, yeah, I'm evil and I know it. But this one is like,
Well,
it's like, hey, yeah, happy, happy fun
Umbreon's
time
pretty
every
happy, isn't
day.
he?
Yeah, Seedot's pretty happy,
Well, Seedot's a pure grass type prior.
and this guy's probably not gonna start as dark.
That
He's
is
gonna be like
that is true.
he's gonna be grass and then grass dark and then grass dark, or just grass dark. I don't know, one or the other.
And then there's also the chance of it being pure grass, so you never know.
I mean,
Yeah.
what type combinations don't we have so far? We have Fire Psychic and Victini.
Well,
We don't
fire electric would be neat.
Oh god, that would be so broken.
4 times ground weakness isn't that great, but
True.
Yeah,
What don't we have though? We don't have. I think we almost pretty much covered, aren't we?
yeah. I think
Fire
if
Electric,
he was
Grass Electric.
if he was a special orientated grass steel, like a special attacking, I think that'd be pretty interesting. Since we don't have any of those yet.
We did mention before what would be that we were talking about part. Actually, I don't think this would be relevant, but part ghost grass would be ridiculous.
I think if they do a ghost grass, it would be something like a pumpkin,
Yeah.
something
Maybe
similar
they'll
to that.
maybe they'll do it as one of the. Maybe they'll add more ghost dual types this generation.
Yeah, I hope so. I just want evolutions. That's all.
I want evolutions.
so yeah, I'm kind of hoping we had evolutions.
Yeah. So next is the legendaries. You got the X legendary, who's a big ass deer, and the Y legendary, who's a big ass bird. So what are your thoughts on these guys?
The let's see, we were talking about the Y-bird earlier.
Yeah.
Like you guys were talking about how it has the trachyon horns, but either way, it's pretty cool. Although the color scheme is kind of not really that noticeable, in my opinion.
It looks really
Are
evil.
we talking about the bird,
The
right?
bird.
Yeah, the
yeah.
bird. It didn't feel like it
Yeah.
stands out that much, other
It
than
looks super evil.
It really does. Where it looks like he looks kind of like techno-y. I'm just like making a little assumption here. He looks like very technological-ish, like kind of plasma-y. And then you have the other guy who's like the spirit of the forest. So I think it might be like a clash between nature and technology in this, and that might be like centric to the plot. That's an assumption based off nothing. I'm just basing this off the looks of
I don't
the
know. That seems
legendaries.
legit.
But I heard I went looking around earlier this morning, and I think one guy said that the big ass thing here was like based off the three-legged crow or the three-clawed crow. I don't know. It's some sort of like Egyptian legend, but it's like a crow with 3 legs, and it just makes sense because his tail is kind of like a leg as well. His tail is the same as the wings.
What was there was the legendaries in 5th gen, and there was a combination of 3 of them, but the actual legend that they were based off had 4.
Oh, that was in 5th gen. It's the Therian forms.
Therian forms. Yeah. Do you think?
Yeah, and it was based off like the turtle and the turtle wasn't present.
Yeah, the turtle
but
isn't
there was,
present. Do you think they're gonna add the turtle this generation?
You know what? If they did, that'd be pretty cool.
Because
I'm not really sure how it
between
Interesting.
third and fourth gen, they added Regigigas to complete the Jewish Tale of the Totems.
That's true.
So
And they could do the same thing here. That's actually very possible. For those of you who don't know, the Therian forms are based off the turtle, bird. Fuck, what was it called? The four symbols, the Chinese constellation. So you have the vermilion bird, who was Tornadus, the white tiger, who was like the colors aren't right there, but there's the bird, the tiger, which is Landorus, the tortoise, and the dragon. So you have the dragon, which is Thunderous. You have the tiger, which is Landorus, the bird, which is Tornadus, and there was another one that was like the black tortoise. So if they introduce like maybe I'm thinking maybe like a hurricane guy-ish.
Well, that
maybe?
is Tornadus already, so
Yeah, but see, Tornadus is like tornadoes, right?
yeah.
And he can learn hurricane, but I mean like a typhoon guy, typhoon storm guy.
And that's still about the same thing.
Be like water
Yeah,
flying.
it's like water
then-
flying would seem somewhat legit.
I'm trying to find something that fits into the,
I think
or maybe it could be fire flying and be like drought, since you have Landorus, which is like bounty and shit.
I think it will be water flying, and I think it will be like a super tank.
Yeah, if it exists,
If
right?
they do it will be like some kind of super tanky bloke. And then obviously just have the standard water moves like Hydro Pump and Surf, and then
So that's one thing that's a possibility.
Well, there's also a chance that it could be like evil. Like it could symbolize a destruction. You know,
Yeah, that's
kind
what
of
I'm
like
thinking.
fire flying.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. But you're right there, because we have Thunderous and Tornadus that go around like raining and shit. Then you have Landorus, which is like the earth and the plentiful harvest, and then you could have him that represents like a drought and like loss of crops and stuff. You know, pestilence or whatever.
yeah.
Or you know what would also be interesting if like it could also be ice flying, or even cooler, fire ice. With
Yeah, it'd be like
or
winter
something.
time or something. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think they'd stick with the flying just because they need to like make it part of the trio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that ice flying, or I hope it's not ice flying. Ice flying fucking sucks. But
Is there a nice one? Oh, okay, no.
Well,
Articuno,
fire
yeah.
flying isn't exactly the greatest type either. So
Well, see if they made it like a super tank, like a turtle super tank in Therian form or whatever,
and
and then it had like ice flying.
And it
It's like
And
the
it would
biggest troll ever.
It would lose 50% of its health every time it switched in if rocks were up.
Yeah, like fuck that. Especially it doesn't have regenerator like
Oh.
Tornadus does.
it's not. Howell's also a fire flying with regenerator. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
think they-
point, actually. Dreamworld.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Back to the starters. Should we do this Dreamworld
Because
starters?
obviously they're going to start with Blaze, Torrent, and Overgrow.
Yeah, because it's standard.
Yeah. But they're going to be Dreamworld. Well, you would assume that they wouldn't just get rid of Dreamworld.
No, yeah. No, I think they're going to continue it. They kind of have to.
Yeah, it was such a massive feature. Then again, we say that, but when they released Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they had the Pokemon follow you, and that was a really cool feature. And then they just like, no, we can't be able to do it anymore.
Yeah, but that's not really like a core mechanic to the gameplay, the people following you. Whereas Dreamworld, it would just, like make it so that every Generation 6 Pokemon is basically shafted, whereas every one before it has like 3 abilities.
True.
I'm thinking for Chespin, if it were to have one, maybe Sturdy or something. I don't know, something involving his nut, right? Something involving his nuts. Yeah. But I'm thinking something defensive that has to do with that. Well, first of all, we have to, before we can really make any actual assumptions, we have to sort of know the typing, and it would be a lot easier if we knew the last forms and their stats and stuff, so we can know like what's more probable than another. I mean, we don't even know what fucking Froakie is. He's
I'm gonna
right now. He's just like cloudy jazz hands, glasses toad. Like, what is that?
I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say Fennekin's gonna be specially offensive. Froakie's gonna be physically offensive, and Chespin's gonna be defensive.
Yeah, I think that's really possible.
Yeah,
They
seems
tend
legit.
They tend to throw the grass type to be the tanky one,
know what?
apart from third
That
gen.
that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense because Froakie,
Well, Venusaur wasn't exactly the tanky one either.
if Froakie were to get a secondary type flying, it would probably, if not, actually, it would definitely get bounce as an attack, and bounce is physical, so it complements it even further there. But yeah, back to the legendaries because we kind of got off topic there. But we talked about the Y one. How about the X one?
Looks
Kind
like
of
Cobalion.
looks more like Virizion to me.
It looks like it's got Cobalion's coloring.
Well, not really. It's dark blue to turquoise.
It kind of looks like it's going to be like a grass psychic type.
Ah, not another one. Fuck that.
Don't think it's going to be grass
like a-
psychic type.
I don't.
Grass.
I think you're right with psychic. I think you're definitely right with psychic.
You know what? What if he was the spirit of the forest and he was grass ghost?
That'd actually be pretty legit.
And he's
Yeah.
part of the because he looks like he's something to do with Terrakion Cobalion.
He could be like.
What if he's psychic fighting? Then again, they used Keldeo to complete that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's not even confirmed that he's going to be grass type. He might not even be grass type. I think due to the rainbow coloring on his antlers, maybe he has some sort of like multi-type thing going on.
Let's look at it. Would it be
He's got blue antlers, red and yellow.
Tri-Attack? He's got white as well, actually.
You know, he might just be a normal type when I'm thinking about it with Tri-Attack and other things.
Is that white or pink? I can't really tell. In between red and blue.
Yeah,
Or purple?
I
It
think
could be
it's-
purple.
I think it's purple, like really bright purple.
Yeah,
You know
it kind of,
what?
if you look at it, it kind of has a tinge on the outside. Kind of like, really geeky of me to have this analogy, but the lightsabers in
Yeah,
Star
no,
Wars.
definitely. Here, 1 second. I'm gonna scroll forward in the video. I'm just gonna watch it real quick. Come on. Oh, fucking Christ. Load. Okay, whatever. Come on. Yes, Froakie. Ooh, okay. Dratini's really long in that trailer.
Huh?
Like, there's a Dratini getting his ass kicked, and he's like as long as a Dragonair. It's
You shut your
Well,
mouth.
Well,
No,
Dratini
no,
was
I'm-
always a long Pokemon. It was like
Yeah, but
it was like at least 5 feet, I think. I don't remember.
but whenever we see him, like, he's always really pudgy, you know?
Yeah.
And the Dragonair's like the really long, sleek one, whereas in this trailer, he's really sleek. Maybe there's some sort of like redesign going on. I don't know. And if so, is it? Other
Well,
Pokemon?
they redesigned between Gen 1 and 2, but I mean, Gen 1 just looked terrible anyway.
Yeah, like Gen 1, they had no choice.
Cause,
oh, there we go.
Because Pikachu was so fat in...
Well, there was a
Gen one.
lot of like incorrect sprites for
Yeah, it's purple. It's purple.
like coughing,
pink, purple.
like coughing and wheezing, like that was completely wrong. And then
It's just
Cloyster,
the people who were, yeah, Cloyster was like,
that was way off.
okay, so we got that. He might be a normal type. He might be like a psychic type. I don't know. As much as I'm inclined to say like he's some sort of multi-type type thing, like a multi-type guy, we just had like Arceus 2 generations ago, and he already looks a lot like Arceus, so I don't really see that happening. And to be honest, Ho-Oh is like the rainbow bird, right?
Yeah.
And it's still fire, so.
Maybe they won't be... If we look at second gen, the two legendaries there, they were related to each other in the fact that they were both flying type, but they didn't counter each other. They weren't built to be strong against one another. Like, neither of them had a distinct advantage, type-wise.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the back of the Y one, Like, because you only see that image right now, but if you look at the trailer, the back of the Y one, he sort of makes him look like a condor. He's got like fur, some fur thing going on in the back of his neck, and then he's like black, and then he's got like a red head. He looks a lot like a condor.
I'm guessing it's going to be a dark flying.
Yeah.
It could possibly like if if you think that it's going to be like a ghost wrath for the X Pokemon, then it could possibly be a ghost legendary theme, and the Y Pokemon could be ghost flying.
Yeah. Think about it. Maybe what I'm thinking is potentially, you got the. Actually, I completely forgot what the fuck I was saying. Never mind. Potentially, maybe. It's gonna come.
Potentially, I had a brain fart.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks, Tom. But I'm looking at the fuck. What did I want to say? Shit. Fuck it. It's gonna come back later if it's important. But yeah. So there's those two guys. They're pretty good. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. This might be if there's like a bunch of people who were saying, oh, maybe there's gonna be a light type going on. Well, I think if this guy was a light type, it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And this is just me saying like, oh, light type, but because there's a lot of people who are saying like maybe that might exist, maybe that might not exist, and it would make sense because then you could have like Clefairy would be like a perfect light type, stuff like that.
I don't think.
But that's going off on a limb. I'm just saying that.
I mean, when they added, the reason they added Dark was because Psychic was too strong, and I'm not sure the reason behind Steel.
That was also against Psychic because Psychic can resist. Steel resists Psychic.
Yeah.
So Dark and Steel were brought in just enough Psychic.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think. Right.
Makes sense though to have a.
I don't really think that there should be another type because, nothing really. Like.
Yeah.
I don't think Light would fit into the type family that much.
If they wanted to, because Light would be like a counter to Dark, or I suppose they'd be neutral to each other, really.
They could be both super effective against each other.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That'd be interesting. There was this. What was I doing? Yeah, one thing that they should do, if they do anything regarding the types. 1 second. If they do anything about the types, they should fix fucking Poison, man.
Oh yeah.
Poor Poison. Like I'm saying, Poison's super effective against water. That would fix it, not hurt the metagame too much competitively.
I don't think they're gonna do any sudden.
Yeah, I know.
Effect changes or anything.
But on the other hand, they're making this huge revamp on everything, and this is supposed to be like something new and exciting. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they revamped the type things, because they're making changes to mechanics, and they changed the graphics engine, did a bunch of stuff like that. So I think that if they were to introduce something like that, now would be a perfect time to do it.
Definitely.
Well, again, this is only a quick peek at it, so we won't really get much more information until summer.
I have a feeling that we're gonna look back at this podcast in the future, and we're gonna be like, "Wow, we were so wrong. Look at this, man. Chespin's grass fighting Dark.
We had the same.
And there's triple types, Team Rocket's back.
No, they better not do the fucking triple types.
No, fuck triple types, dude. I have enough trouble with fucking double types.
We have the same issue with what's it called? Black and White 2, where we were like, oh yeah, sequel to Black and White, it's gonna be grey, talking about how it's just gonna be grey, and we already knew that there would be Kyra in Black and White. we were speculating that they'd be fire dragon or
I could
fire
see,
ice.
No, fire
I could
ice,
see
fire
why
ice,
they
yeah,
didn't
or
name it
electric
Pokemon
fire.
Gray because that doesn't exactly sound like the most exciting game to buy. It's like Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon Gray.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon Black and Red, but I don't know. It's just kind of gray, kind of dull.
Our dream world is more depressing.
And now they've just thrown the fucking thing out of the window, and they're like, X and the Y axis. We will teach math while we will do Pokemon.
Yeah, I really don't like the names. I really, really don't like the names.
It's like I don't understand the relevance of them.
You cannot change. It's like that. Let's focus on that, because...
Well, granted, we're kind of running out of colors to use.
Yeah, well, Gen 1, red, blue...
You can use gems, dude.
Red, blue, yellow.
Ruby, sapphire.
Then Ruby and...
You can do a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
it went red, blue, yellow, and then gold, silver, ruby and sapphire, diamond, pearl, and platinum, and then they went back to colours, black and white. And this would have been the perfect time for them to go back to gemstones. Or go back to
What would
valuable
we use,
materials.
though, as gemstones? Pokemon oil and Pokemon equitable fooding. Fooding? What? Equitable food sources.
Pokemon nuclear sustainable energy.
Yeah! Woo!
Or they start doing it by like planets, Pokemon Earth and Pokemon Mars.
I think that could be interesting. Or Pokemon Sun and Moon, something like that.
Yeah. That sounds...
There's a bunch of things they could do. I think that, now that I'm thinking about it, X and Y, like, let's look at the actual meaning of X and Y. X is the independent variable, Y is the dependent variable. So maybe they have some sort of, like, interaction with one another. The legendaries make, I don't know. Maybe the Y one has, like, a bunch of little fucking cronies because he's the dependent
The
variable.
y-axis is the axis
I
that
don't know.
goes up, right? The y-axis is the axis that goes up.
Yeah, it's the top axis, and then
so,
the X.
X-axis is the axis that goes down, so then the
I
Y-bird
can see
owns the
why-
sky and the X-bird owns the
Yeah.
ground.
Oh my god, I just had, like, a epic... Okay,
Yeah, I just thought of that.
whoa. Okay, did you think of the same thing as me?
Yeah.
Because I thought that,
How
like,
Y is
if
pretty much up and down, so like it's in the sky, I guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's actually that I didn't think of that one. That one's also very good. I thought it was something like stupid and philosophical, and but actually now that I think of that, that's actually a really good idea. You could have like this guy fucking flying around like up and down stratosphere type thing, and then the other guy roaming the Earth, which is like the x-axis,
yeah.
So they had that with Lugia and Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh owned the skies and Lugia owned the seas.
And you also had that with Ruby Sapphire,
Yeah.
where you had like you had Rayquaza who like ruled the skies, and the other guy ruled the seas, and the other guy ruled the earth. What I was thinking though is that since the y variable is always the one that's dependent on the x variable, it could be a reflection, and it ties into like my whole nature versus technology thing, because you have nature, which is it's just independent, it doesn't change. It's always like nature's always there. And then you have the y variable, which scales depending on how much nature is available, like natural resources and whatnot. I don't know, it's like totally fucking out there, and it's probably not true because this is a kid's game. It's just not gonna fucking like make it too complicated.
Well, I don't know. Like, since a bunch of like the people who've been playing since Gen 1 have been following, they might put some like subtle
Maybe.
complex stuff into it.
Normally I'd say they
That's
wouldn't,
why they put
because
all the really cool game mechanics in Gen 3.
that's true. And Gen 4, where they did the split, there's no reason for that.
Yeah, physical special split.
I personally like.
Was that done in Gen 4?
Oh, dude, I love this split. This split's great. This split's fucking genius. Without the split, Gengar's useless. There's a whole bunch of Pokemon that are just fucking shit because they can't do anything.
Well, Gengar was still good. It was
No, well, like, okay,
it had
okay,
a good special
Gengar-
move, but
yeah.
Shadow, its stab was useless.
was bad, Like look at people like I'm trying to think of one real quick. Uh, what's a good example of that? You look at Venomoth or something,
Yeah.
who has more special attack. I think Venomoth is more special attack. Venomoth.
Yeah, it's like
I is it either that or they're like equal? One second, let me check
Venomoth
this real
is
quick.
psychic bug, isn't it?
Yeah, look, 90 special attack, 65 attack.
Yeah.
So both of its stabs, poison, and bug were both physical, and it couldn't really do anything. The only thing it could really hit people with was psychic.
Whenever they did split, like for they had the perfect chance to give Flareon Flare Blitz, but they still didn't do that.
I swear to God, okay? I said this before with Tom. I'm not even sure if I said it while we were recording, but um, fucking if I don't get Flareon with Flare Blitz, and if Foxman is firefighting, I will flip my shit. I will suicide bomb them. I don't fucking care.
You heard it here first.
I'm gonna go to Nintendo. I'm gonna be like Kamikaze, just destruction.
You know the video? You know what's the guy in the video? Was that Shinichi Masuda?
No, it was Itawa, whatever. Itawa. No, one second. He's like a Nintendo chief guy.
Which
He was at the Nintendo panel at like E3. He presented Pikmin 3.
Oh yeah. Because Toshi Tajiri died, didn't he?
No, that's another guy. Another guy.
Who died?
The guy who did like the anime. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, the creator of Pokemon died," but like, no, he didn't at all. He's still being an Asperger fuck, and he's still Satoshi. He's still naming fucking protagonist after himself and fucking.
Well,
calling
only
his
the
asshole.
first one was named after him.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing. Here, yeah. Nintendo's president since 2002, Satoru Iwata.
Ah.
So, I'm not sure if, like, Iwata is his first name and Satoru is his last name and they inversed it on Wikipedia, or if they, like, I don't know. But, yeah. So that's him.
That's Pokemon anyway. Let's see. What are we gonna about the gameplay and itself, like the whole
Yeah.
overworld?
I'm actually liking it. I'm not sure if it's still like up, if it's still X and Y axis, you know, like movement up and then like to the left or to the right and stuff, or if it's like legitimate free roam.
I think it looks tile based.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
It would be really awesome if it wasn't tile based, but
On the other hand, though, you'd have like a billion fucking Pokemon nostalgia facts. You'd be like, "This is the Pokemon I grew up with. This is terrible. First you made me an ice cream cone, and now you're making me fucking move. What is this?" You know, like,
okay.
no, but like that's what they'll do. That's what like fucking Facebook statuses this morning. People I know, man, they're just going like, "I cringe every time I hear a new Pokemon," implying that old Pokemon weren't fucking stupid too. Like, have you seen fucking
Geodude.
Magnemite? Geodude? What the fuck is Geodude? He's like a rock with a face and arms, and he floats. Like, what is that? You know?
Oh yeah.
How original.
That was a Facebook status that I read today. One of my friends, who commented saying, "I'm so excited for the new Pokemon game that I spoke to my little brother about it. My little brother said Pokemon's never been the same since 4th gen."
Oh my god! Fucking slap that kid! Holy shit!
It's like, oh, 4th gen was the worst. Heart Gold and Soul Silver were really good, but Diamond and Platinum was so bad.
I think that's subjective.
Well,
but,
when it comes to actual gameplay mechanics, Diamond and Pearl was important.
It was important
to
the diversity, but the story was so bad. It was too long.
But I mean, this guy, like, these haven't been the same since 4th gen. Like, Christ. I remember when fucking
you shut your
people
whore
would.
mouth.
I remember elementary school when everyone would like have an agility poke and spam speed so you could crit every single fucking move.
I remember when people used to run Hyper Beam slacking when Hyper Beam was physical.
Okay, well, yeah, that's 3rd gen.
But still, like.
But yeah, Hyper Beam physical.
Hyper Beam being physical.
I remember when Hyper Beam, when you killed someone, you wouldn't have to recharge.
Yeah.
So people would just like Hyper Beam.
Fucking rap mechanics and on
Oh my
PlayStation
god,
from
fuck
Gen 1.
that, dude. Dude, what was it? Fire Spin. Holy shit. OP.
God, yeah, no,
Fire
no.
Spin was so painful.
Rap Dragonite was OP.
Yeah, agility wrap.
Agility Rap Dragonite.
Slash was fucking killer. Slash Persian was destruction. Electrode would like crit with Thunder all the time.
Yeah.
Even Venusaur would fucking crit with Razor Leaf all the time.
Oh
If
god.
it was fast enough.
Oh god. My Venusaur.
A single tear streamed down his face.
I remember back the days when Razor Leaf used to crit every time you used it.
And it was broken because like at that time,
Crits were based
We,
off of
like-
your speed.
well, look, I was like 5, 6 when I was playing Red version, right? And I just raised one Pokemon.
Yep.
I didn't care. I was like, I have Venusaur, man. I'm not afraid of anything. So it would always be like, I'm in the SSN. I have like a level 34 Venusaur, and everyone's like level 21.
Yeah.
And because I was so obscenely faster than everyone, Razor Leaf would just crit everything indiscriminately.
The only issue with only leveling a Venusaur in that game was that once you got to the Elite Four, the Ice Lady fucked you.
Oh man, yeah. Holy shit. Well, no, not always. You could like spam a solar beam and shit on them, but you had to survive.
If you couldn't survive, like you had to.
I always I went to go get Zapdos and just like fucked all over guys with Zapdos.
Yeah, I had a Moltres. I used my Master Ball on Moltres because I didn't know that you could actually get Mewtwo in the game.
I never really used Mewtwo actually. I always used legendary birds. Never used Mewtwo. I don't know why. I got a Mew. I was like the first kid in my fucking elementary school with a Mew.
I was the only kid in my school to get it.
Yeah, well, I think me too,
Like,
because
through the
like they banned it
event,
afterwards.
Or did you just glitch it?
No,
The
you did the
event.
Slowpoke glitch.
Yeah,
Well, I got the Slowpoke glitch. Dude.
the Slowpoke glitch in yellow.
Yeah.
No, in what?
Or
In
in
red
red
and blue.
blue.
What's the glitch where you pause?
It's like my
As
cousin
that-
actually went through the event as well and got Mew. And I was like,
There's-
oh man, I'm so jealous.
The missing no though, that one also missing no.
I missing no glitched a lot when I was a kid.
No, well, it's funny, one of my friends, like, decided to catch Missing No, and it literally fucked up
He
his,
turns into like a Rhydon or something, and then fucks your game.
like, I guess the one that he caught completely fucked his game, like, 110%. Even when he reset, it was still glitching.
That's terrible.
It was hilarious for me, but frustrating.
You know, if you
for
use
him.
if you use the walk through walls hack and go to like northeast of Pewter City, you get into like this funky ass glitch world where there's like weird ponds of water and you catch like fucking goldines and like seals and shit by fishing. It's ridiculous. And then you find like some weird like unfinished replica of Mount Moon that's just like hidden in the corner.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
loads of things in the first generation and second generation games that they scripted
Yeah.
it and then it didn't work, but they just left it in there.
See you know, that's one of the things that I liked about the game. We were talking about this yesterday, not in a recording or anything, but we were talking about how like, you know, everyone has a lot of nostalgia attached to older Pokemon games, but frankly they're fucking garbage. In terms of compared to newer games, they are just like worse because you know it's not even like it's not even subjective. It's not anything to debate on. They are like actual worse games because they have shittier technology in the hardware and this and this and this. But one of the things that even after the Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes and you know like 4th gen and so forth and all that stuff, one of the things that I really like about the first gen Red and Blue thing is that you can just hack the shit out of that game and you're always finding new stuff, like just weird ass shit, stuff that's like mysterious that's not supposed to be there, and you're just like, oh, what is this? You
Well,
know?
that's like, is it Blame Truth that did the haunted?
Well, he did that White
cartridge?
Ditto shit, which was like
Yeah,
bullshit.
the White Ditto. The White Ditto is actually a glitch though.
Yeah, the White Ditto is real, but I mean,
And-
like,
and
there's ghosts everywhere.
The ghost thing is like a complete like that's all bullshit. But the glitch part of the White Ditto thing, that actually that's real. It really, once you do the White Ditto glitch, it fucks your game. Like it literally just fucks with your game. Your game just does weird shit. And like you can
Yeah.
get rid of it by just deleting the save. That fixes the White Ditto glitch. but the longer you have it on there, the more fucking weird stuff happens. Like, you could just be walking along, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
but see
you have to do the first rival battle again.
that's just like little weird, unintentional, cool shit. That's what I really appreciate about the first gen.
Yeah,
But
when
okay,
I caught
this is
missing now, like all the battles that I was in, like the sprites were like backwards, so like all the Pokemon were facing in the opposite direction. It was so hilarious whenever I was battling the Elite Four, and like all
Jinx
the
was like
Pokemon
shooting
were
ice
looking
beams
the
out of her
wrong
ass
way.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all the Pokemon were looking the wrong way, so all the attacks were looking weird. Like I don't know, I think Machop looking backwards just made me laugh the most. He's like, oh yeah, I'm so pumped, let's do this. It's like as if he lost his vision or something, and it's like, yeah, let's do this.
He's put glasses on. Get some contact lenses.
Pretty much.
I had a weird
Um,
glitch where
yeah.
my sound messed up, and it would go like really staticky when I was walking around in the overworld, and then when I went in a battle, it would do the music from the very first opening sequence where you talk to Professor Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the battle music, and for wild encounters.
How do I remember that?
For wild encounters, I think it was the casino music.
That's great. That's actually really good. But yeah, we got a bit off topic.
Yeah,
I have about 9 more minutes to go. Gonna make this podcast an hour. It's gonna work out just fine. But there's a few more things I wanted to go over. The protagonists and the potential customization options. Well, first of all, I don't really like the male protagonist. Like the way he stands, to make him look like a little faggot, and it pisses me off. I don't know. I got nothing against gay people.
The one in black and white too look like a faggot as well.
Yeah, I know, but this guy's like, he's got like his fucking arm on his hip, and he's like, kind of like schluck,
strutting it.
Swaying to a bit.
He's a metrosexual hipster.
Oh,
Fuck that. Fuck hipsters, man. Like shit.
oh yeah,
I don't know,
and
Game Freak are Smosh fans.
no, the thing.
Yeah, my
I
god.
think the thing that I seem to be hating the most is like the new like speed running mechanics. Like instead of like having the running shoes, they have fucking roller skates.
Yeah, what is that? Like, I don't know.
Good luck
Is it
roller
like-
skating in the dirt and grass, idiot.
Is it like
Okay,
Achilles or something?
Let's bring this down to the basics. We had this discussion, was it earlier or the other day, that they do things like, obviously we're gonna look and think, what the fuck are you doing that? But a kid is gonna look at it and go, oh wow, that's so cool. But we're
Yeah.
like, we're educated, mature enough to know that you can't fucking roller skate through grass. You can't
just
roller
making kids
skate.
fucking
You
idiots.
can't roller skate upstairs. But these kids are gonna be like, "Oh man, it's so awesome!" I
Maybe
love
they're like
yeah.
hover boots. Like
Pokemon 23.
pretty much. But there's
Yeah, I think it literally we can't look. You're just gonna have to look past that.
The thing is,
because-
kids. I made this point the other day as well. Kids like everything. Like catering to kids is fucking stupid because kids don't have opinions. They're like young. They don't
There's something
understand.
wrong
Like,
with your guys' connection or something, because I don't know, like you guys are sounding
well,
weird.
okay, even if there is a problem with our connection, I'm recording from my end, so it doesn't really matter. I can still hear you fine, so it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you just said.
Okay, well, pretend you do. That's weird. Anyway, as I was saying, kids don't have opinions. Like, I
And
sound
that's
kind of
included the pot.
yeah, no, it's true. Kid, you'll hand him fucking anything, and it'll be like, "Wow, this is cool." Because at that age, they're still mute your microphone on the phone.
Alrighty then.
Oh, I think Tom dropped from the call. Okay, Tom dropped from the call. That's what happened. I was wondering what was going on. Who's hosting? I'm hosting, so it's alright. We're still okay. Behind the scenes, PFC. But what I was saying is that kids are still at the age, like the kids that they're aiming for in their marketing campaigns and stuff. They're still at the age where they're still like fascinated by everything because they're kids. You know? Okay, Tom's back. There we go.
The call went really weird. You guys started going really echoey, and then I hung it up, and the call completely disappeared, and the Skype group disappeared too.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's just what all I have to say on that. You know, it's better off. You're better off listening to your, you know, teenage and adult fans than listening to your kid fans, because your kid fans, there's no point in listening to them because they don't know what they want. They're kids.
Yeah, but it's the demographic, so.
Yeah, I know it's a demographic, but that's just a flaw in the way they're approaching it, in my opinion.
It's necessarily it is a flaw, but business-wise, if we look at this from a business point of view, because that's what it is, it's a business, and it's a Japanese-run business, and it has to be run very efficiently because it's Japanese. They cater to their demographic and their demographic only. If you like it and you're not their demographic, that's a bonus for them. They don't really care because they're catering to their demographic.
Here's the thing, though. The problem with that philosophy, and the problem with that philosophy is that they don't need to listen to their kid demographic, because their kid demographic is going to be happy with whatever it gets because they're kids.
Okay, yeah, if they listen to their teenage and adult demographic, it isn't going to increase the size of their teenage and adult demographic, because the teenage and the adult demographic are effectively just fanboys, and they're going to buy the game anyway. So
But see, listen to me. Regardless of whether they increase their teenage demographic or their children demographic, if I listen, if I'm like Iwata or whatever, and I listen to Us, for instance, but I can still market it to kids. I can still make it so that kids see the trailers and shit, and kids are still gonna buy the games. But they don't have to. They don't have to like base everything they do in the game on what kids want, because kids don't know what they want. So you know, the kids are gonna enjoy anything regardless. So naturally, the only rational thing to do is, you know, cater to people who have an opinion.
I'm gonna hold you right there, because you just combined rationality to Japanese business.
Yeah, okay, I know that, but
they don't go hand.
Anyway, good point there. Couple more things I want to go through. First, blonde female protagonist. That's interesting. She's like not Japanese, or
speaking of the female protagonist, has there been a female protagonist that's actually looked like a decent sprite? Like, it hasn't looked weird in some way?
No, but like Japanese girls tend to dress weird in some way or another, so it doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, Fire Leaf Green, she had a fucking weird hat on.
That's true.
Like,
I think the only non-weird one was maybe Black and White. Like, she could look like kind of skank, but I mean, there wasn't any like overly bizarre things going on. Then Black and White too, she had like the fucking weird Princess Leia buns or whatever they were.
Yeah.
But what about Diamond and Pearl with like the world's shortest skirt?
Yeah, holy shit, like fucking pedo bear, man.
Lyra from
they're supposed to be 10. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, black and white.
Game freak.
Black and white, they're not 10.
Yeah, I know. Black and white, they're like 13.
I thought they were meant to be older than 13.
No, they're like 13.
Wow.
They're supposed to be like young teens.
Yeah, but let's be perfectly
okay, so
honest.
14. Let's go with 14.
Anyway,
honest, right here,
moving on. Like, I just noticed that I think they're starting to include like real world scenery, because I noticed like during the dude doing the dorky skating, there was images of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I saw that as well. It's not quite the Eiffel Tower. It looks a lot like the Eiffel Tower, but it's not quite the Eiffel Tower.
It looks more like the
Eiffel Tower doesn't look like that.
It looks more.
It looks like a mix of the Tokyo Tower and the Eiffel Tower.
So
it looks
they're
like,
starting
okay,
to they're having to have more realistic. Like, it's starting to refer to real world scenarios more.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you had a lot of that in Black and White as well, where you know you had like a Castelia City based off like New York City or whatever. But you know, it's good to see that they keep on doing that. I mean, you can only maintain the whole rural Japan thing for so long before it gets a bit lame. And here they're making it. You know, I find it if you look at in the screenshots. If you just hold on for a second. If you look at the screenshots, third screenshot on the Cerebi page, it sort of reminds me of like the desert in Colosseum and like the building that's being built. Not sure if any of you guys remember that.
Probably not.
No. Well, anyway, in Coliseum, there's like this big ass arena that's being built in the middle of the desert, and it reminds me of that. So, and I really like the environment of Coliseum, so I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah. Also, like the
Blackpool Tower, you're right, Tom. It does
Yes,
look like that.
looks like that.
oh yeah, the Pokemon in the area itself. I've noticed that they're starting to include. They're going back to the steps of having Pokemon from more than one region in this area. Like
Yeah,
we saw,
this Golurk statue.
yeah, we saw Golurk, we saw Curlia, Magikarp,
I think Swoobat. Did we see
and
Swoobat?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I saw Psyduck.
Yeah, Psyduck. Sorry, not Swoobat. Psyduck, Litwick. That wasn't not Swoobat. Litwick was there.
Oh yeah, we saw Panpour and
Bidoof.
Litwick.
Actually, no, not Bidoof. The fucking the the ecstasy chipmunk.
Oh, God.
You probably just said it.
Patrat.
Patrat.
Yeah,
that's it,
Patrat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The That's how we refer to him. The ecstasy chipmunk. Like, good job.
Legit.
One more thing. Last thing I wanted to go over. Actually, second last. There might be one more thing. We'll see. But if you look in the trailer, you see the protagonist staring into the mirror, and a lot of people have they've been speculating that there might be some sort of protagonist customization, especially since the protagonist in the mirror had glasses on, whereas the other ones don't have glasses.
I'm gonna say if it is, it's purely just gonna be facial.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I
I'm
don't
thinking
think,
as well.
I don't think it'll be. I think it will literally be hair color, eye color, accessories. I don't think there'll be like skin color changes.
No, of course not.
It will literally be bare bone, basic.
But it is a step forward.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is I wish they'd go that far, but I don't think they will. I think it was more of a you wake up in the morning and it's like, are you a boy or are you a girl? And then you like look in the mirror and depending, I don't know, like changes maybe.
They
I
do
don't
it.
know.
They do it the way they do it in Fallout New Vegas. You were shot in the head, so I had to reconstruct your face. Is this what you look like?
Yeah, pretty much. So there's that. Is there anything else I wanted to think about? I think that pretty much covers it. We've pretty much milked this dry with the resources that we had. And you know we're just over an hour, so I think this is good enough. So as always, guys, thank you very much for listening. If you've listened for the whole thing, tell us what you think about us resuming the Hitmonchat. We're probably going to end up doing it anyway, but you know, just maybe
So
some
fuck your opinions
suggestions.
anyway.
Yes, fuck your opinions anyway. We're Japanese developers. We don't need no opinions. But no, but seriously, if you have any suggestions, stuff like that, things that you want to change from the old ones, like for instance Brock saying nigger every 3 seconds.
Oh, God.
If you want that back, no, I'm joking. We're not going to bring that back.
Or JR making comments about young girls.
About fucking young girls. Weird shit has happened in the PFC. But yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. No, I'm joking. Subscriptions
no, wait,
are.
We're not joking. Fucking do it.
We're not joking.
Do
Yeah,
it.
you know, fucking do it. Fucking do it. I dare you. I dare you to like this video.
Do it if you're not a pussy. Straight up.
If you don't like this video, you're a fucking faggot. No, but so yeah, we're gonna be redoing the Hitmonchat thing. It's gonna be less. This is gonna be less of a community channel and more of a specialized channel. Actually, Tom, you can explain all of that right now. Just go overview.
We're literally
No,
just for now, we're bringing back Hitmonchat and Hitmon Challenge. We're gonna stick to maybe one video, one hit. What we're gonna do, we'll do like one Hitmon Challenge a week, and then one Hitmonchat a month.
Yeah, that would work actually.
Because obviously, to do the Hitmonchat, we have to do a lot more research, and there are now a lot.
Hitmon Challenge, you mean?
Yeah, no, Hitmonchat. We have to do a lot. We have to. Something has to have happened. So if we do it once
Yeah.
a month, we can talk about everything that's happened in the month. The Hitmon Challenge, there are a lot of tiers, and it would take us about half an hour to prep for a Hitmon Challenge.
Yeah, I think I might also do like some live PO every once in a while, or some Poke Showdown or something. You know, just for some changes.
Thanks to our buddy Kirk here. Hi Kirk.
Alright.
We're gonna be Kirk's working on the new PO replay view, aren't you, Kirk?
Uh, yeah, more or less. Like, I'm doing
What is
like
that supposed to
I'm
mean?
doing scripting testing. I I suggested that we worked on the PO replayer since Zero, the creator of Aesoft and
Asoft,
Pokemon
yeah.
Showdown, decided to cut all ties with PO by shutting down Aesoft. So
Nice guy.
I suggested to the PO developer to work on the replayer, and he's been doing his best to like update as much as possible. And I've been annoying him with suggestions, and I've been testing it out, and it's been looking really good so far.
So let's actually quickly go into this because this is actually a really interesting topic anyway. I know for a fact that yourself, Taiki, who used to be a member here, as Croak, who used to be a member here, and Tony Flygon actually have been helping out with it.
Yeah, there have been a multitude of people that have been helping out. Like, I think Joey, aka Pokey AMD, Mike Deck is here, and a few others.
So it's coming along
All
nicely.
right.
A lot of people are putting a lot of work into it.
Well, it's a community, you know. I really like using the. I always find it incredibly cheesy saying like the Pokemon community, but you know when it comes right down to it, that's effectively what we are. You know, we enjoy the game and we try to help one another. And when something goes wrong, then even the big guys, even the YouTubers, try to fix it all up. So it just I guess kind of a positive reflection of a gaming community, which is really rare nowadays. So
Yeah.
um,
So we
but
might
it,
we might try and get in on uh, maybe previewing that. You can actually already see some videos on it, can't you? With the new replay viewer,
With what? Both your question?
you can already see some videos on YouTube with the new replay viewer, can't you?
Yeah, we released one. Yeah, we released the newest Battle of the Week video, using it, and the UU one was with slight changes, which I I just fucked with the background image, so that kind of looked ugly. But anyway, there's going to be some other changes, including actual viable background changes, and um, and I'm gonna try to pursue them on like other changes. So hopefully you can check that out in the future.
And I know personally that there's a video in the works with battle animations on it.
Yes, we added a couple battle animations, but it in order for us to have more animations, we kind of need some sprites or art in order for the developer to make gifs for it to put into the battle.
Right.
okay,
So
that makes sense.
it's coming along nicely there.
Yeah, it's looking really cool.
Now, I don't want to make this video too long. We're already at an hour and 8 minutes. But thank you very much, Kirk, for joining me, and Tom, and giving your input on the game. It's appreciated. Uh, you can say thank you. Don't worry. Where's my...
Thanks for having me here. I had a pretty good time here.
Yeah, he had a good time. No trains. No trains interrupting.
Yep,
Always welcome.
very nice
Have
surprise.
no trains. Uh, uh, as well as Clifton Gasm joining me as well. It's kind of cool that we've. I think it's been Christmas. Actually, was it Christmas? When did we meet, Tom?
When what?
When did we meet? Like beginning of December, I think, or end of November.
It would have been. I met AJ at the end of October,
Yeah,
so I would have met you at the end of November.
I think so, something like that. But we've sort of all been together for like more than a year now. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that we've all, for the most part, been able to stick around. Um, and I'm kind of I'm pretty optimistic about this channel. Especially I'm doing pretty well in school and everything's going well. Uh, Happy about that. But anyway, thanks Tom for joining me. Thanks Kirk for joining me. If you want to view Tom's channel, I think he started uploading a bit more Pokemon stuff, maybe some other things as well. I'm not sure. Are you still using your secondary channel, Solid Media?
I'm still sorting some stuff out for that, so
Okay,
I will
but
be
that's gonna be
using
coming
today.
sometime in the future. So, Solid Media Gaming, I think, is the
Mhm.
name of the channel. So YouTube/Solid Media Gaming. There's me, who I haven't uploaded in a while, but I might do some things every once in a while. I might do some PTD2, Pokemon Tower Defense, stuff like that. We'll see what I do. As well as some collaborations with other YouTubers if ever I need to, I want to do something. Um, and Kirk, do you have anything you want to promote while you're here?
Probably the PO Simulator channel because I'm the one of the directors for it. So,
There you go.
we're going to be trying to upload more of the Battle of the Weeks again for season 3, and we're also keeping update on the Pokemon Online YouTube tournament. So, if you guys just heard of that, sorry because you missed up. You
You
missed
missed
out.
out, guys. Come on,
So round one should
step
be,
up your
and
game.
round one is going to be ending today. So
Activity
um,
win, here I come.
yeah, I actually lost because Hydro missed.
Oh, Hydro Miss, man. You need the Spec Surf. You can't rely on Hydro Pump.
I lost round one last time as well because of Sandstorm.
Fuck Sandvale, dude. Um, yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. More stuff coming from the Poke Fight Club, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.